there, I'm Kira Woods from KiraWoods.com, and this is the third part in the series I'm doing on the Wands, which is one of the suits or pips of the tarot cards. Now, okay, so I'm breaking this apart because otherwise there's just way too much information to fit into one video. So, what I've got here is 5, 6, and 7. So if you haven't already done, check out parts 1 and 2, the introductory, and then I went through the Ace through 4, because that'll help you perhaps understand where I'm coming from now. Okay, 5 of Wands. So here we've got this figure of people, they're all holding their wands, they're all holding them very firmly and very strong stance, and they appear to be kind of at odds with each other. You know, this isn't a major battle, but it's definitely indicating that the energy is at the odds. So when you think about the Ace of Wands, back to the Ace of Wands again, you know, this is when you've got this, your sense of power and creativity and determination and force of will. So this is you, your sparkle, your idea, your concept. Now bring it into the 5 of Wands and think, okay, here is, each person has their own Ace of Wands, but they're all kind of jostling. They're not in alignment with each other. So that's what this 5 is indicating. So it can indicate, therefore, in a reading, maybe some mild conflict or challenge around maybe people moving in different directions, having different agendas. It might indicate some sort of, tension in terms of, it could be very healthy tension in terms of competition in the workplace, or if you're in business, maybe you're with your competitors around a particular product that you're promoting or selling. But it's sort of indicating that you're at odds with others. So if the situation you're working in needs the team to all be working together, this is saying the team has sort of gone into that storming phase of a group norm. And everyone's sort of got their own agenda, and they're so fixated on their own agenda, and remember, this is you yourself as well, that perhaps you're not seeing where others are coming from. And so it's creating this little bit of harmony or conflict or challenge. So the challenge of this card, or the aim of this card, of this energy, is to turn it into something that's going to work for you. So when you see that you're in a situation where everyone's at different odds, what can you do about it? How can you make it work for you? Is it that you are in competition with other vendors who are selling the same product? And that's okay then, you know, because you want your point of difference. But if you're in a group area where you need to actually pull off a project together, how can you turn this into constructive conflict? How can you bring each person, give them the limelight to be able to then openly share their thoughts and for others to listen? How can you get this group to work in harmony again? The potential's there. You can do it. The situation is just mildly sort of in a state of chaos or turmoil or storming, which is all part of group dynamics, which is quite supposed to happen. It's the way it's meant to be. So see this conflict as a way that it's actually a positive, in that it's letting you know that you maybe aren't all on the same page, the same agenda, and that's a good thing to know, because you want to know that now before you move too much further. So you can do some brainstorming, some problem solving, maybe run a mastermind group, set out some group norms, have a open, positive discussion, identify where it's healthy competition, see that this diversity or these differences of opinion are an asset. Each have something they can bring that may be able to enhance your project or your idea or your goal. That each person's unique insight is going to be a real benefit. So see it as, wow, great, I've got all this wonderful information's coming in this situation, and that can really be a tremendous positive to the outcome that I hope to achieve. So again, where does this fall in the reading, and what was the question that's asked? It's going to help you know a little bit more about how to share this energy around this card with the person asking the question. Okay, as you move into, and this also could be internal turmoil, let me just say, this could be a personal internal struggle as well. Same process apply. You need to kind of pull it apart and make it work for you, but it could be external or internal. Okay, 6 of Wands. Well, here we have the 6 of Wands. All the wands are upright. You know, this is a bit of saying, oh, I've had a bit of success. I've feeling very good about myself. I'm up on my horse and I'm riding into town, and everyone's there to greet me, and everyone's holding their wand up straight, and so it's indicating some sort of success or victory, perhaps a public recognition. It's definitely saying you've achieved your goals. You can give yourself a pat on the back. You can feel really good about your confidence. Accept the praise. Accept the recognition that comes your way. See it as, okay, I've done good. Yep, and I can now harness the strength and this positive feedback and add this to my talent pool and see where I want to go next. Because they're on a horse, so they are moving forward. So it's acknowledging all this wonderful success and achievements and saying, okay, I'm now, this is good, but I'm going to take this forward now. So make the most of what you've achieved. It could be that you're in the workplace again, that you've had some sort of positive outcome to your branding or your reputation, and now you can capitalize on that in any way that you so choose. It's important when you have this card, wherever it shows up in the reading, to say that you deserve the success, you deserve the recognition, you deserve the victory, so embrace it with that sense of, yeah, okay, great. Yep, I did do a good job. I worked hard. I've done well. It could be you're getting a raise. It could indicate that you're going to get that job. If you've gone for a new job recently, it could indicate that, your branding or your project that you've launched is going to do really well. It's time for a celebration that you get to have time out to say, yeah, I did really good, and acknowledge my hard work, and also note that others around you want to participate in that acknowledgement and the celebration, and it's important to make that available to them. So this card is indicating, use your energy. Don't be so focused on where you're going next that you forget to actually stop and acknowledge what you've done and what you've achieved. And we can all be a bit like that sometimes, so keep that in mind. Okay, the 8 of Wands. Now, as I look at this card, I always, when I see it come up in a reading, think, great. Okay, this card is indicating that you need to take a stand on some issue, or you're going to be drawn to realize that you have a point of difference, and that can be a very good thing. Again, notice they're holding the wand. They're not battling. They're not necessarily fighting. They're just saying, I need to take a stand here. So this card indicates that sometimes in our lives that we need to feel and express a sense of empowerment, being self-assertive. This is a card that says self-assertiveness is needed in this situation. Debate what you feel is right about the situation. Stand your ground. Sometimes this card can indicate too, if it's an internal struggle, that maybe the divine or your spiritual path or your higher self or some part of yourself is wanting to acknowledge that maybe they've been a bit out of harmony with some of the things you've been doing. So that's where the taking the stand is coming from. But all up, note the person is standing on the top of the hill, so these achievements have been made. And it's like sometimes when we have achievements and we do really well, sometimes some people aren't happy about it. So it's sort of acknowledging that sometimes others may not necessarily, they might, the sort of the tall poppy syndrome in Australia, where, people don't like the tall poppy necessarily and they want to knock them down. So that's what this is saying. But no, stand your ground, be self-assertive, find your sense of empowerment in the situation, and hold on to your self-belief and self-confidence. And because it is right for you, and so because there'll always be challenges and there'll always be different opposition to your points of view. That's life, isn't it? And you can make that a positive for you. So with this card here, this energy here, you have the fire, the spirit, the heart, the passion, the inspiration to stand your ground, to stand for what you need to stand, to really follow your beliefs and your values, and have a very constructive debate if you need to. So I hope you find that helpful. I will be putting out the next part, which will be the end of the suits for for the wands. So please let me know if you're finding this useful. I know this is just a brief overview of these cards. There's so much more in them, and of course the position in the reading and the question that was asked all add a whole lot of element, and also just the intuitive insights from yourself and the person who's asking the question. All of that is what a tarot reading is about. So I'm just giving you a general overview, following through because a couple of subscribers asked me to. All right, thanks very much. Have a great day. Cheers, bye.